Welcome to the Defiant Podcast. We're your shortcut to understanding what's moving in DeFi, entertainment, and sports, brought to you by Defiant, the on-chain lifestyle sports brand.
Glad to be here.
Today we've got 5 key developments to unpack. We'll start in DeFi and crypto, then shift over to sports. Let's just jump right in.
Sounds good. And it's always interesting seeing the crossover, how tech from DeFi pops up elsewhere.
Absolutely. Okay, first up, Bitwise CIO Matt Hougan. He's put out a pretty bold prediction talking about a multi-year crypto rally. What's fueling that optimism?
Yeah, a big piece of it seems to be the Genius Act, his proposed legislation. The idea is it could bring much-needed regulatory clarity for digital assets.
Right, clarity, always a big theme.
Exactly. And Hougan specifically mentioned Ethereum, Solana, Uniswap, and Arav as potentially benefiting. Clearer rules, less risk, or perceived risk anyway. That tends to make bigger players, institutions more comfortable investing. So for ETH and SOL, maybe more institutional money flows in. For DeFi protocols like UNI and AAVE, it could just mean a clearer path for growth and adoption.
That makes a lot of sense. Less gray area equals more confidence, right?
Precisely.
Okay, now, Kraken. They're looking at bridging traditional finance and crypto. Tokenized stocks, ETFs, what's the deal there?
Right. So they're planning these things called X stocks. Basically, digital tokens representing over 50 big names, think Apple, Tesla, NVIDIA, plus some ETFs.
Okay.
And these would trade 2047 on the Solana blockchain. Initially, it looks like this is for non-U.S. customers.
Uh-huh.
And importantly, these aren't just synthetic things. They're backed one-to-one by actual shares held by a company called a backed finance. And you can redeem them for the cash value.
So increased access for international folks.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it. Imagine getting round-the-clock access to U.S. stocks without waiting for market hours. It's blockchain lowering those barriers again.
Pretty interesting application. Meanwhile, here in the U.S., Michigan's introduced a whole package of crypto bills. What's the big picture?
Well, it's significant because it's a state taking a pretty comprehensive shot at regulation. 4 bills covering different areas.
Like what specifically?
Things like crypto mining, potential tax deductions for crypto investments, even allowing the state treasury to potentially invest in Bitcoin and Ether, and crucially, protections for people holding digital assets.
Quite broad then.
Yeah, it's the comprehensive nature that stands out. It shows states are really starting to think about how to weave crypto into the existing legal fabric.
Right.
Michigan could end up being a bit of a model,
Could influence others, yeah. Okay, and still in the finance realm, reports of major U.S. banks, we're talking JP Morgan, BofA, Citi, Wells Fargo, exploring a joint stablecoin. That feels like a shift.
Oh, absolutely. It's a big signal. You've got these giants plus networks like Early Warning Services and the Clearinghouse actually discussing creating a shared stablecoin.
Wow. Why? What's the goal?
Primarily, it seems, to make transactions smoother. Think cross-border payments, making them faster and cheaper. It shows traditional finance is really looking seriously at blockchain, even if it's in a more controlled stablecoin form.
Yeah, they see the potential efficiencies.
Definitely. And it sort of aligns with that push for regulatory clarity we mentioned earlier, right? Makes sense they'd explore this now.
Okay, let's switch gears. Sports and entertainment. FIFA partnering with Avalanche to launch its own Layer 1 blockchain. That's major for Web3 and sports.
It really is.
Right.
And what's compelling is their stated reason, boosting fan engagement. They want to use Avalanche tech for digital collectibles. Next generation experiences is the phrase they use.
Next gen experiences. Like what, potentially?
Well, they mentioned migrating existing NFTs, introducing new digital assets. It's not just selling digital stuff, though. It sounds like they're exploring how blockchain can create, deeper connections. Maybe new kinds of digital ownership, more interactive fan experiences. Yeah, and when a global body like FIFA makes a move like this, it sends a powerful message to the rest of the sports and entertainment world about Web3's potential for engaging fans.
Definitely one to watch. So, all right, that's a quick look at some key developments across DeFi, finance, and sports, all brought to you by Defiant. It's fascinating seeing these connections, isn't it?
It really is. Technology blurring the lines.
We hope this deep dive gave you some food for thought. What stands out most to you listening? What questions pop up?
Yeah, always curious to see where these trends lead next.
This has been the Defiant Podcast. Keep exploring. Stay curious.